Okay. Hello everyone. Today it is a little bit past 11 where I am at the moment, and we are going to try to play for about 30 minutes today. I only have about 30 minutes that I can actually play. Fortunately, things just keep catching up. So we're just going to try to continue our exploration in Zelda Breath of the Wild, see what we can find, see what we can do. We found this big cool skeleton, and we'll see what's going on around here. There's a lot of like big strong monsters. I'm gonna go kill those guys very soon. Anyways, so we're going to continue with our game and spread the good word, which is talking about the YouTuber, the streamer, the Twitch streamers. Oh damn it, they already ran away. Hassan Piker's ban. So if you don't know, Hassan Piker, this guy on the screen, is a political streamer, big on Twitch. He came to my neck of the woods recently. I want to say a few questions about that. Maybe when I get some, I want to ask a few questions if he ever gets to watch my video, which probably never going to happen. But about his trip over where I live. Anyways. He was recently banned for basically, it seems, calling for a person to be attacked, basically, on his channel. But it was, from what I've seen, it was blown out of proportion. But we're gonna let him say what happened. I think this is important because this is the type of thing where a lot of people get their news recently. Oh, that's right. I was going to fight these guys. That's right. I'm going to try to kill these guys. That's right. That's right. Wait a minute. Didn't I save it on top of that big thing? That's weird. A lot of people get their news from actually online now, and unfortunately a lot of the online news is dominated by right-wing leaning news commentators. They're not even real journalists, they're just commentators, assholes like me. Even though I'm not even that, I'm just like whatever, commenting on whatever the hell's going on. But you know, there's people that do study about this stuff. Hassan Piker went to school, I believe, for sociology and different things like that. And yeah, again, he's going to talk about what happened to him, and I'm going to do my rambling in and out. So let's just get to it. Again, as I was trying to say, this is important because there's a lot of misinformation, and from what I've seen, this is another case of it. Let's get to it.
What's up, everyone? If you're seeing this,
Hello,
that
sir?
means I've probably been banned. That's right. Cancel culture has finally come for me. Oh my God,
He was
it's
banned from
over.
me. Oh.
It's over. The free speech warriors. Where are you now? They've taken me out, ladies and gentlemen. It's over. I'm done. A couple days ago, I had a
God, so stupid.
conversation where I was responding to the Republican House of Representatives Speaker, and I said some things. Let's take a look at what I said. Libs of TikTok, of course, posted about it. Here's what Libs of TikTok claimed I was saying. Hassan Piker just called for violence against a sitting U.S. senator. If you cared about Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott at FBI. This got 17,000 likes. It was on
Hey, there you go.
February 28th. Let's take a look at this clip really quickly.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. Nope.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him a prominent part of the Republican Party. Now, that seems like a wild thing to say. Oh my God. Is this person calling for the death of a U.S. senator? Of course not.
Okay.
I was not calling for the assassination
Stop,
of a
stop,
U.S.
stop,
senator.
goddamn.
Here it is. Let's take a look.
There are people who are covered by Medicaid now going.
Okay, stop. I pressed the wrong button. Okay. God damn it. Okay. So as you probably saw right now, again, I just made a quick, a minor glitch in the video. If you actually listen to what he said if you actually care about, so they basically said that he was calling for direct. The people that called out Hassan, they were basically saying that he called for direct acts of violence. That's if you actually listen to what he said. He's saying that if you actually care about changing this or that, then you should be focusing your ire, your attention to the people that are actually doing damage to the systems that you say you're trying to save. Basically, that's what he's saying. So as he said, if you actually care about the whatever the health insurance and Medicaid or Medicare, whatever the hell is being they're trying to cancel, then you would go after this guy. And Hassan's going to explain why. Even though he used the word kill, he said he's not telling people to do it like you guys need to go do this. He's saying if you actually care about this, you would be going after this guy. It's the same thing that happened with Bill Burr recently when he called out the CEOs of how you guys should be scared of what you guys are doing to people. Whoa, that's cool. Anyway. Oh, I see you. Okay, now he knows. Now he knows. Now he knows. He knows now. Okay, anyway, get to it. Get to it.
Potentially lose Medicaid coverage as a result of this?
No, look, the White House has made a commitment. The president said over and over and over, we're not going to touch Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid. We've made the same commitment. Now, that said, what we are going to do is go into those programs and carve out deficiencies. A couple of examples, there's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone.
Nope, that fraud is not coming from individuals, it's coming from providers. They're not tackling providers. They're not actually going after like false billing. They are trying to cut. If you care about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would stop. The reason why I'm saying if you cared about Medicare or Medicaid fraud, you would stop is because, and not make him a prominent part of the Republican Party, is because he to this day is still known as committing the largest Medicare fraud in U.S. history. They want to cut SNAP. They want to cut Medicaid. They want to cut the funding of Medicaid. They want to make it harder for people to receive Medicaid. They don't want to actually go after providers or the insurance company or the nursing home. They're lining their pockets with don't actually engage in the fraud. It's not your uncle that's like lying about their condition and stealing money from the government by, going to the doctor or whatever. Okay, so obviously, I shouldn't have used hyperbolic language, and there's definitely some ownership that I must take.
Okay.
Apologies there. I should not have said
second.
Mike Johnson.
Oh Jesus Christ! I was getting lost in the sauce there. Okay, so as you saw, he's basically saying that a lot of the Mike Johnson or whoever the hell the guy that was on the screen, basically he's saying that the insurance fraud is being whatever insurance fraud is being done is by like the customers, whatever. They're basically lying on their forms or whatever, saying god damn, what the hell, lying about their conditions and stuff like that, so they can get whatever, they can trick the insurance companies basically. It's not true. Most, as you said, most of the fraud comes from the insurance companies basically find any way to not pay you the money that you're owed. That's the big thing that's oh shit. Oh goddamn. I really. All right, we got this. That is so cool. He's got a freaking awesome weapon. That's so awesome. Okay, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. We want to drop this for sure, 100%. And then no. Flame blade. Woo, that's freaking sick. Okay, now there's a lot of tasty stuff on the floor right now. Let me see. Okay, I want this weapon. I want this weapon again. Replace my broken one that did so much good for me. Okay, I got nothing that I want to get rid of. Royal broadsword, edge of duality. I'm gonna I feel like I'm gonna get this one later. All right, so yeah, basically a lot of the fraud comes from the actual company itself. That's what Hassan's actually pointing out. Always this misdirection.
Johnson
Anyways.
should kill Rick Scott. I should have simply said Mike Johnson should punish Rick Scott, perhaps with the maximum punishment, whatever that would be, for defrauding Medicare and Medicaid for over $1.7 billion. Now let's talk about the things that he did in this process, because Rick Scott co-founded the Columbia Hospital Corporation, which later merged to a corporation known as Columbia/HCA, which eventually became the nation's largest for-profit healthcare company. Rick Scott, who of course also looks like Voldemort, did a lot of things. The company defrauded Medicare, Medicaid, and other federal programs. The U.S. Department of Justice won 14 felony convictions against the company, which was fined $1.7 billion in what was at the time the largest healthcare fraud settlement in United States history.
HCA was defrauding the government.
HCA admitted to things like submitting inflated bills and exaggerating diagnoses to increase Medicare reimbursements.
According to federal investigators, the hospital company systematically defrauded Medicare, Medicaid, and other federal healthcare programs while paying kickbacks to its physicians. Scott, of course, denied any wrongdoing.
Scott pled the fifth 75 times to avoid jail for Medicare fraud.
He didn't go to jail over this. He didn't even get any punishments over this. And Scott's resignation certainly was fantastic. For his pockets, he walked away with $10 million in severance pay, a 5-year consulting contract, and $300 million in stock and options. He is now the wealthiest member of the United States Senate. Rick Scott also in the past apologized, took ownership seemingly over his actions.
Okay, so see, again, Hassan basically used hyperbolic language. Again, he's saying he probably shouldn't have said it, but what the hell are you supposed to do with these people? Constantly have to tiptoe around their actions. They're evil. They are evil human beings. They might be kind to the people in their immediate vicinity, their family members, but if you're outside that circle, they don't give a shit about what happens to you. Not even a little bit. And as Bill Burr said, just because they didn't directly pull the trigger, they feel their hands are clean. And like, what are you supposed to do? Like, keep like just playing like the type of don't use this word, don't use that word. Again, same thing with the hippie liberal people on the other side. They constantly get, you know, offended by a lot of stuff like using the word retarded or whatever, those type of things. When there's much bigger issues, there might be people that use that type of language. Overall, they're pretty good, but they might just, those are the worst they use when they grew up. And they might have good takes, but they focus so much on that. But like this, so the same thing again, he used this hyperbolic language. Hassan supposedly is on almost every day talking for like 8 hours. He gets heated up because he sees what's happening, and he just, some words he might use that he probably doesn't think 100% about what he's saying sometimes, and that can happen. And he's taking ownership of it right now at this moment. But to me, like, it's disingenuous from the other side, because they say much worse. They have people that they disagree with in crosshairs. They have they get like pictures of people's faces and like burn it, like just do a bunch of crazy shit just to you know, pump up their base and like, you know, agitate their base or the people that support them. And then when anybody says something towards them, they get so flustered and so upset. And we gotta eventually, again, not call to, but eventually, what are you supposed to do? If they keep, basically, you're paying money, you're doing all these, you're trying to do everything the right way, and they keep screwing you over. Like, what are you supposed to do in the end? I don't know. All right.
But since then, in his endless interest in gutting all of these social safety nets so the American poor suffer more, Rick Scott has actually seemingly turned around and thinks that this was political prosecution, pure political prosecution against him.
I'm fed up. I watched what happened to me and my company. I've watched what's happened. I've talked to business people over the years, what's happened to them when you have political persecution.
What I was simply trying to say is Republicans don't care about the actual fraud that takes place in terms of government entitlements programs, in terms of government expenditure. Because if they did, they obviously would punish Rick Scott. Rick Scott would not be a prominent fixture of the Republican Party. Rick Scott, who was elected as the governor of Florida after he committed the largest Medicare fraud in U.S. history at the time.
$73 million. That's the amount that we know about so far that Scott and the Republican Party spent on TV advertising.
Rick Scott, who then went on to become the Florida senator.
On Sunday, a manual recount confirmed Republican Governor Rick Scott's victory over the incumbent Democrat Bill Nelson.
Once again, after doing insane amounts of Medicare fraud.
Elon Musk posted on X his support for Florida Senator Rick Scott for Senate Majority Leader.
This was simply the point. But of course, Republicans want to avoid this point. Asmongold, for those of you who don't know, is a right-wing political commentator. He does have some centrist opinions every now and then. I believe he himself actually is a big advocate for healthcare, likes Bernie Sanders, but spends most of his time simply sitting around and reacting to Donald Trump. He is now, officially, by my estimation, a larger right-wing political commentator than even the likes of Ben Shapiro. Very successful in this field. His videos reacting to Donald Trump get millions of views, more so than the Daily Wire could ever dream of. Asmongold also is the largest political content creator on Twitch in general. He's the largest political streamer now. He's double my size. He's always been double my size, but he's now double my size when it comes to political commentary as well. So let's see what the largest free speech defender had to say. He actually voluntarily brings this up in a YouTube video called "What the fuck is Twitch doing?" The YouTube videos from 2 days ago with 1 million views. The first 30 minutes of it is just reacting to the latest Ethan Klein video, who is falsely smearing me as someone who doesn't care about Israeli civilians or whatever, which is obviously incorrect. We'll get to that perhaps down the line. He packages that up with the clips of TikTok video called "For My Bandit."
Let me see if I can find it here. Like I do, as I said, I do try to maintain a degree of neutrality with a lot of this stuff, and I try not to go like super hard on it. I'll link you guys the video real quick before I get into it. And
he's linking the Ethan Klein video to his audience because, you know, to show support.
Yeah, there's the video. It's the Ethan video.
Perhaps this is the reason why Ethan Klein doesn't talk about certain regimes of the past. You know, Ethan, who really cares about anti-Semitism, of course. That's why he comes after me, someone he knows has a long track record alongside him at times attacking anti-Semites. Wow. People what famous dog whistles are and things of that nature. But that'll be
people are so ideologically captured. It's sad. I think a lot of people are. I saw this the other day, actually this morning. Where is it here?
Wow.
Here we go.
Hey, Dan Clancy. Time to wish us on another happy birthday song, you hack fuck. Anyone else will get permabanned on Twitch for this. This is beyond the pale. This is enticing your audience to kill a sitting senator. Don't people go to jail for this? Yeah. This is not me enticing my audience to kill a sitting U.S. senator. That is ridiculous. Everybody knows that is ridiculous. The people that are complaining about this know that that is ridiculous. But I'm glad that I was able to show you the context, the full context of what I was talking about. If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would Rick Scott, okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him a prominent part of the Republican Party.
Yep. What the hell? We got one of these games going on right now. Okay, well, let me skip this. God damn it. Shut the hell up.
That is crazy. That is nuts. And I've said before, there's a statute of limitations, but apparently this was yesterday. Yeah, this happened yesterday even. Oh
sure
my God. How's that not against the TOS? It is. And it is an open call to violence. And I would challenge anybody who thinks that it's not an open call to violence to say that exact thing about Donald Trump, and then tell me if Secret Service shows up at your house or not.
Yeah, Secret Service is meant to go overboard when it comes to this type of stuff because, again, the President of the United States. I know the other
Twitch
person
doesn't
is
do
a
anything?
political,
Well, I don't know if they've
in a
really seen
political
it or
position,
anybody's
but,
reported it or anything like that.
I think Asmongold is covering this because he wants Twitch to see it. He's done this a couple times in the past couple of weeks. I understand. We are ideologically butting heads on Twitch. Asmongold and I disagree vehemently on a lot of issues, all the way from the history of Nazi Germany down to the fact that immigrants are not actually contributing to the American crime rates in the way that the Republican administration presents it. They're not destroying our culture in the way that Asmongold approaches the subject matter. There's plenty of disagreements there, and I think that he's doing this deliberately, I would say, in an effort to shift there a little bit and try to get me banned, which worked.
The clip's too short. Maybe it's out of context.
Whoa.
I hope so. I definitely do. Hopefully it's out of context.
Whoa. Now, once he says this, does Asmongold go back and seek out the context? No, he doesn't. Instead, he follows through, basically packaging this as a Hassan is a radical who must be banned. It's a joke, Lamau, he responds to.
Would you tell that joke about Donald Trump?
I think people would tell way crazier jokes about Donald Trump, and people have told way crazier jokes about Donald Trump. My statement was hyperbolic. That much is obviously clear. But the intention of it was not a call to violence directly against the senator who the party in terms of how little they truly care about Medicare and Medicaid fraud, because that happens at the point of the provider and not necessarily in the point of the recipients. They want to cut Medicare and Medicaid for the recipients to the tune of $800 billion, and in order to justify that, they will do everything in their power to lie and claim that it's actually your grandparents that are caring for you. Rick Scott. Because people like Rick Scott either fund the Republican Party and oftentimes the Democratic Party as well, or they simply run for office as Republicans.
Rick Scott has won re-election to the United States Senate. Here are the numbers.
That's the point. Now, should the likes of Asmongold seek out further content? I think yes. I think when you have millions of people watching your videos, it would be nice to at least inform them of what the true context is. And now that this context exists, will Asmongold watch this video? Maybe. I'll be honest. Perhaps he will do that. We shall see.
Donald Trump didn't commit Medicare fraud. Yes.
He then follows up with another tweet of mine. This isn't Hassan's only first foray into political violence. This was the weapon used to assassinate Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Archived link and reply to his now deleted post. Well, I didn't delete it. Twitter forced me to delete this.
But I'll tell you this, it's not the first time. This is the second time. No joke. Yes, neither of these, by the way, have resulted in any sort of action from Twitch at all. Your Reddit advocated for killing too. Sorry for spam. Yeah, but here's the difference, right? When did my Reddit advocate for killing people? When did this happen? And also, when did I advocate for it?
He also then, to further push the narrative that I am a radical, a scary radical who advocates for violence,
so we'll stop
he shows
with,
this tweet.
Again, a bunch of people, Hassan, I guess, has some kind of beef with this other person. And that person basically calling him out, saying, he said too much, and here's the thing, Hassan actually supposedly agrees with that it was against the terms of service, well, that's right, just open it. Ooh, 300 gold rupees, sweet. Hassan basically makes videos on a private company, which is Twitch, and they have rules, and they're very strict about those rules, because even though that site has a bunch of crap, that kids shouldn't see, it's supposed to be, kids can actually go to that website, to watch video games and stuff like that. But there's a lot of people on there that, kids shouldn't be watching. Anyways, so he was banned by that company because the company, has that type of rules. But the point is that it's so completely disingenuous. They don't really care. They don't really mean it. They'll do it non-stop if they can. The people whining about this stuff, because they don't focus on the things that actually matter, the things that's actually important. Jesus Christ, I never. Here's an example. So I would love to watch this video if I have a chance, and I might talk about it again maybe a different day if I remember. So Trump basically recently had his speech like a day ago or something like that, right? He did he did his State of the Union. And in the State of the Union, he was constantly complaining, you know, about why don't the Democrats, you know, enjoy anything that I do. He's saying, like, you know, anything that I do, they won't enjoy it, or they won't like it. They'll find everything to hate about me. Well, that's because all the stuff that you do is hate-worthy. Like almost everything. Like 99% of the stuff you do is insane. Maybe that's why they don't want to fake golf clap for you. So the recent State of the Union, they invited this boy that he's fought through cancer and through you know, I believe he had brain surgery and all these type of things. And his dream is to become, like, you know, I guess a police officer or some kind of, you know, law enforcement official. So, you know, Trump, basically, you know, called the boy out, called him up, and said, oh yeah, you know, you're an honorary person, you know, officer or whatever, you know, made the boy happy, you know, all of the Trump, whatever, politicians, they all clapped and cheered, and yeah, this is great, and then, you know, he's, oh my God, Trump is so amazing, you know, whatever, giving this kid his dream. The Democrats didn't stand up, they didn't applaud, and here's the reason why. I mean, so people, you know, called him, oh, why don't they stand up? Why don't they, you know, God, they hate Trump so much, they can't even clap for a kid. This is about the kid. This is about the kid. Yeah, you're right. It is about the kid. That's the point. Trump uses these type of people as props. The soldiers, the veterans, current soldiers, the veterans, kids that are sick and dying. He uses them as props for just his image. He doesn't actually care, because while he's giving the kid his praise and giving the kid his dream, whatever, and I don't know what's going to happen to this kid. Again, it already seems like it's pretty tough, what he's gone through. And I don't know, the medical of information of his current health. But Trump is basically canceling health insurance for children. So he says he cares about these kids, but his choices are going to cause more kids to be unable to get health care that they need to survive. And then he actually deregulated whatever the forever chemicals, the PFAS, whatever kind of stuff, the airborne chemicals that can give people cancer, and that includes children. So Trump can say, like, all these people can say they love kids, they support kids, but their choices are actively putting children in danger. They relax the right to work laws so young kids can go work in factories where they can get their freaking hands cut off. Like making like 15-year-old kids work in like meat factories, meat packing factories. Like, just because you don't see it like around you doesn't mean that this shit isn't happening. And your kid's maybe not sick and maybe doesn't need that type of health insurance or health care. Other kids do. And that's why, stop with this fake, just stop being so goddamn fake with this stuff. Stop being so impressed with this fake, phony showmanship. Like, really see in like what's actually like underneath. Again, Hassan's saying that he shouldn't have used that language, even though they would consistently. And even though they're saying he calls for direct acts of violence, and maybe the company that he works for thinks that, but he did not. He was using it as, you know, an example of, again, their hypocrisy. Oh, you care about this, but you say you care about this health insurance or health care or whatever, this type of stuff, but the guy that you basically voted for destroyed it, or he's going to destroy it, or he did destroy it, or what, this constantly keeps happening constantly. And then when people get upset and use really like because they're getting pissed off, like what the hell, like what you're doing, like what are you doing? Then, oh, why are you getting upset? Be civil. Be civil. But while we're being civil, people are consistently dying. There's no way I could go over there, right? Freaking awesome. No way. All these people are just such fake pieces of crap. All right. Ancient lab. Oh wow, so I went around this whole thing. Wow. All right, there's that sculpt. Okay, I really, god damn it. Did I go there before? All right, I was going around the edge too much. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here at this beautiful view. All right, it is probably way too goddamn late. I played for about 30 minutes. I really wish I could play more. Again, just be careful with the first news that you get about any situation. Again, a lot of times there's so many people online making videos and content that the first impression sometimes isn't the correct one. Again, I know a lot of people say, you know, the first impression is important. Yes, the first impression, video or in person, is important, but a lot of times it might not be correct. Maybe the person might be having a bad day, maybe it's a bad take that time, but overall it's maybe different. Again, people are saying, you know, Hassan's this or that at the moment, but again, look at the other people, look at their history of what they're consistently doing, and Hassan's obviously once in a while might get pissed off and say some crazy ass shit, which I don't think that's that crazy. But again, just like Bill Burr said, the comedian, this is insane. These people are just mad dogs, and they eventually have to be put down if there's nothing that, you know, that can be done. They're putting themselves in positions where they have all the power, and the only thing that, and you know, they're taking away voting rights. They're making it harder to vote. You know, consistently not listening. They're you know, their constituents are telling them, we don't want this, we don't want that, we don't want Elon Musk, and then they just turn their head, they just, you know, bury their heads in the sand and don't listen. But then what else do you expect is going to happen? Eventually a revolution has to happen. Thank you. All right, this place is really nice, it's beautiful, and I'm going to stop right here with this nice volcano in the background. All right. Oh god damn it. It's just these people. I just hate people that are just in it for themselves. What? Did I hear a beeping sound? Oh. Did I hear a beeping sound? All right, we're gonna finish it up here. Okay, take care of yourselves and the ones that you love. Peace and love to Palestine and Ukraine at the moment, and hope to see you next time. There's got to be something down here hidden, isn't there? Come on, there's got to be. I'm gonna die, huh? What am I doing? I am gonna die. Oh, that was stupid. There's something around it. There's something. All right, maybe next time I will find it again. Take care of yourselves and we'll see you love. Good night. See you next time.